You're listening to Straight Outta Stratford 203 with Zach and Julian, the best sports podcast in Connecticut. Sit back and enjoy the ride in 3, 2, 1.
Straight out of Stratford, slinging takes like Stafford, talking all the big games, have a beer right after. When it comes to the facts and the stats we provide, better know that our names will be up in the rafters.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Straight Outta Stratford podcast, episode number 28. I'm your host, Zach, and we got a little bit something different going on here today. Julian is currently on vacation. We were actually going to have Mike on the show this week. I know he had not been on yet so far this year. We're hoping that he feels a little bit better because he is sick. But joining me today is someone that we've actually talked about before on the podcast, Mr. Jaden himself, our producer slash administrator slash friend, whatever you want to call it. Jaden, you can give the people a little bit of a rundown on yourself. Introduce yourself a little bit. And yeah, see, he adds all the sound effects. That's something that I could not do even if I tried. But yeah, Jaden, give people a little heads up and introduce yourself.
All right, then. Hello, I'm Jaden. I'm the campus coordinator at CSB Media Arts Center in Stratford. Zach was actually one of my students, believe it or not.
Star students. You get that right.
Yeah, the perfect attendance.
I did have perfect attendance.
No,
right.
you did.
I didn't miss.
You did.
I didn't miss.
You didn't miss any days, which is fantastic because if you don't have perfect attendance, and it falls into any type of business, if you don't have perfect attendance, then why are you here?
Yeah, no. Well, it just goes to show that I'm very committed. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Thus, the reason why I started the podcast in the first place as well, too.
Right.
Something I'm passionate about. But I don't want to take up. You do your thing. You introduce yourself a little bit more.
I've been at the school since 2018. I actually was a graduate of the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, now called CSB Media Arts Center. And I'm part of administration now, which is a different side of the school that I wasn't really a part of before. And it's great to work with the students and have the opportunity to be able to teach the curriculum in and out, because I know the curriculum in and out. And to be able to teach somebody that within radio and television is just a really fulfilling position.
Absolutely, and I feel like you're definitely addressing and helping the students each. I would say maybe in an individual fashion. I know me and you have worked a little bit like that too, where I've texted him with tons of questions. I'm not the big tech guy, okay?
That's why I gave him a separate number, just so that he doesn't text my personal number.
That's right. Well, hey, I have the personal number too. Don't you do that?
No.
But anyway, with the school itself, I know that I'm not really much of a tech guy. Even when we've done the podcast, I sit in this seat almost all the time. There's a big reason why. Because if you look in front of Jaden, which you cannot see, there is a potentiometer.
Here, turn the
we can turn the camera a little bit. Just to give you an idea. Well, that's Jaden. All of the potentiometers and screens and stuff like that. It's a lot of different ins and outs and buttons and pieces like that. It's definitely a little bit different than something that I've ever done. Of course, yeah, here we go with my camera. Fantastic. It's definitely a little bit different than what I've ever done in my career. So that's not my forte. That's definitely in your alley more than mine.
I appreciate that.
Well, of course, I got to give compliments where it's due. But yeah, no, it's not my big thing. My big thing is I yap. That's what I do. I can talk. Ask anybody, probably the people watching the show, they'll end up seeing this and saying, oh, yeah, I agree with that point. Because I love to do this. I love to talk.
Of course.
Especially when it comes about sports.
Which is great. But remember, too, that because I am an administrator, I'm required to listen to the phone.
Yeah.
So if the phone rings and I have to step out for a second,
oh yeah, of course.
Please don't
don't judge. If any of you judge, you're in trouble. Okay, this man's got a job. He works hard. He's committed.
I have a job.
He's committed. Okay, this is a little fun that we're having. This obviously, like I said, this is much different than what we've usually done. Yeah. Most of the time, I come in here with Julian or whether it be with Mike. and we talk sports. It's dedicated fully to sports. That's what obviously I'm wearing the jersey today too. Just goes to show. We're committed.
And I'm wearing my jersey.
Yeah, you're wearing a jersey. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, everyone. I'm not a sports fanatic
That's
at
okay.
all. I don't know jack squat about sports.
And that's fair. Well, we will talk about some, but that's going to be mostly me. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about a ton of different things. We're going to try and make this a little bit more laid back than what it usually is. Most of the time, it's me and Julian bitching and moaning about something sports related, whether it be our teams continuing to disappoint us or maybe other teams doing much better than what we would have expected, or bad officiating by the referees or umpires. There's always something to complain about.
Right.
We're going to try and do something a tad bit different since they were not here today. Otherwise, there was tons of sports news. I was doing research the whole week. That's what I do. When I'm at work, if I have a little free time, the laptop comes out.
Yeah.
Looking at my phone, going through all the different stats of past games and stuff like that.
That's
I
okay.
take everything down. That's why you see me a lot in the show with a big piece of paper. On this paper, I usually have like 9 pages. This is about, 4 pages, and it was because we double printed by accident.
Yeah. And by the way, just for the record, he wastes all my ink every Friday. No, I'm kidding. But...
I know. I was about to say you better be kidding. This is commitment. We're committed to the bit.
No, I know. We are committed to the bit.
Yeah, but usually it's a lot of research on there. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yes.
But I will start it off a little bit because we did have some very big news happen in the past couple of days in a lot of different things. So at least in baseball news, baseball is dead now.
Hold on. I have a sound effect for that. Hold on. Ready?
Go for it. Yeah, baseball. Yeah, that's how a lot of people feel. Baseball's officially dead as Kyle Tucker, the number 1 free agent left on the MLB market. He was a very sought-after free agent this year. Decided to take his talents to Los Angeles and sign with the back-to-back World Series champion LA Dodgers. Yeah, yeah, that's how it's feeling right now. It is Let's put it this way. He got paid for 4 years. He's making $240 million. That's $60 million a year.
Million.
Yes.
Not a billion, but a million.
Million. Yeah. Million. Million.
Wow.
Million. Yeah. He's making big money, and it's not really a surprise. Obviously, he was, like I said, one of the better free agents on the market.
So, I mean, these teams are really, gambling for their players.
No, not these teams. That one team. The Dodgers literally have signed everybody. Like they took the Mets' best closer, or one of the best closers in baseball. He was on the New York Mets, of course, my favorite team. He decided to sign with the Dodgers as well earlier in this same offseason. They already have an all-star team, basically. They've been doing this for like the past 2-3 years now, where the best players on the market, they will offer them hundreds of millions of dollars to play in Los Angeles, and they're basically spending over $1 billion almost every offseason to build a World Series winning team. And it's happened the past 2 years now, and they really not just doubled down, now they tripled down, and they end up getting the best closer in baseball and followed it up with one of the best power bats in baseball as well, too. So we are definitely going to see the MLB most likely go into a lockout next year, so there will not be any games because there's going to be a big debate over whether teams should have a salary cap or a salary floor. I know the MLBPA with the Players Association and the players themselves have already had, a tough time trying to think about how they're going to go forward. The players believe that if there is a salary cap, that they're not getting what they deserve or when it comes to the money. They feel like they're getting shorted. So a lot of them have not been happy about that. But then there's the argument that what the Dodgers are doing is ruining baseball because all of the best players are getting paid hundreds of millions by the same team to play for them. So it's going to end up resulting in there being a lockout. You're probably not going to see baseball being played in 2027. I would not be surprised. If there is...
So you're saying that baseball is just going to be a dead sport now?
A lot of people have argued saying that it's already a dying sport. This is probably going to be a nail in the coffin for baseball, at least for next year. Obviously, they will come to an agreement at some point because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Correct.
So
Yankees.
Well, look at every team: Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Padres, Red Sox, Blue Jays. I mean, all of those teams are making billions of dollars a year. Billions. So
where do you think they're getting that income from? Do you think they're getting it from the tickets, or do you think they're getting it from the merchandise?
it's probably a mixture of everything. Because the reason why they were able to pay a guy like Shohei Ohtani, the big Japanese superstar, as much money as he's making, I don't remember the amount of years that he's got on his contract. I think it's at least more than 10. He's making $700 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, but the thing is with his contract, it's deferred. So he'll get $2 million every year during his contract until his contract expires. Then when it expires, every year after, he's going to get like $40 or $50 million.
Come on.
Yeah, they deferred it so that it wouldn't affect them now, but it could affect them down the road. So basically, he's going to bring in massive viewership from Japan. Absolutely, he's the biggest superstar in baseball right now. To be honest with you, he's the best player in baseball. If I said that in front of Julian, he'd be ready to pretty much choke me in here because Aaron Judge is his favorite player. He thinks he's the best. Judge is close, but
okay. Ohtani
brings in so much viewership from Japan that they're going to make money off of that from the United States and Japan. So him alone, he's going to bring in a ton of money. But you also have two other guys on the team that are also from Japan as well. Roki Sasaki and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Those are two pitchers that pitch for the Dodgers. They're also from Japan. So they're going to bring in even more viewership from Japan.
They might as well just make the entire team Japanese.
Basically, that's what a lot of teams are trying to do because some of these Japanese players are insanely talented. But regardless, they are going to bring in tons of streaming revenue. You're going to see a lot of them buy jerseys and merchandise. A lot of them will travel to go get season tickets, stuff like that. So will his contract be worth it for the Dodgers? Absolutely. No question about it. But it's, like I said, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. They're making tons of money off of player image alone.
And because of that, in my opinion, even though, and again, this is coming from a guy that knows absolutely jack squat about sports.
Which is fine.
But yeah, I think baseball will still be around if the MLB, right?
Yes, MLB.
If the MLB is bringing in so much income per year, per quarter or whatever, why would you stop that?
Well, it's like I said, it's because there are a lot of fans, I guess obviously not for the Dodgers, but for a lot of other teams. For example, like the New York Mets. I'm a fan of the Mets.
Yeah.
A lot of them have grown very frustrated with the way that the organization's been run over the past, I'd say, decade and a half.
Because it's
maybe.
A monopoly.
Well, kind of, but it's also because there are some teams that genuinely don't spend money. They make money, but they don't spend. Like the Colorado Rockies. They still made hundreds of millions of dollars last year. I don't think they were at $1 billion, but they were up there with hundreds of millions.
How about the Dallas Mavericks?
That is not baseball.
That's not baseball?
That is basketball.
Sorry.
That's okay.
See what I mean?
This is why he would not be on the sports podcast, but it's okay. Like I said, we're having a little bit of fun. It's all good and fun.
Forgive me, guys. Forgive me, please.
But anyway, at least with that sake, like the Rockies or the Oakland Athletics, who are no longer Oakland Athletics, they should be, they make money that's good enough, but they don't spend. They don't really buy any players. They don't offer big contract money to a lot of players. They don't. But the Dodgers, whereas, it's a big market team, you're in Los Angeles, one of the biggest cities in the United States. Same thing with the Mets and Yankees in a sense, too, because they're in New York. It's a big market team, so they're making a lot more money because they have way more fans that are buying more merchandise and buying tickets and buying food and parking and this and that. So they make their money. So they figure, well, if we have all of that money, why not put it towards making a team that's the best possible team and is going to win us year after year after year after year? So the Dodgers looked at it and went, okay, we're just going to spend $1 billion every single year during the offseason and continue to build a team that's basically not going to lose because they know that they're going to make all of that money back.
That's their plan.
That's their plan. Now, in the long run, it could hurt. I talked about this last night with a couple friends of mine. Down the stretch, after a lot of these contracts and the deferred money is done and the contracts expire and they have to start paying all of the other extra money that was deferred, there's a good chance that it's going to be a disgusting amount that the organization is going to cheap out in the long run. They may say, oh, we'll win for 10 years. Okay, well, we already won for 10 years. now we've spent so much money that we have to start paying the players that we previously had, so we're not going to be able to go after more free agents. So a lot of other fans are complaining, saying, well, my team doesn't do that. What's the point of watching at this point if we know that the Dodgers are just going to win the World Series again? That's the first thing that came up last night when Kyle Tucker signed his deal, is you had people coming out saying, the season's over. Why even bother watching it this year? The Dodgers are going to be back-to-back-to-back champs. This is ridiculous. It's just going to be the Blue Jays and Dodgers again, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people are just losing interest. And the more people that lose interest, the viewership drops. The more the viewership drops, the more the MLB is going to get affected. So it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to step in and say, we need to do the best thing possible for baseball and try and make it so it's more fair. And you're going to have a lot of players that'll get ticked off by that. You'll have, owners and organizations that get ticked off by that because of their strategy. And so it's going to end up leading to some sort of an argument, and they have to sign a new deal. There's a good chance that they're just going to say, you know what, screw the deal. We're going to go into a lockout and we won't play baseball until something works out for both of us. So it's just going to suck seeing it go that way. But again, you could blame the Dodgers. You could blame MLB ownership or the leaders and the chairs and all this other stuff. You can blame whoever you want. At the end of the day, we kind of knew it was going to go this way. It had been trending this way for a couple years now. So this is probably, like I said, just the final nail in the coffin before it finally dies out.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. But at least football's still kind of going on. You have the divisional round that will be starting up this week. A bunch of really good games in the wild card weekend last week. My team won. What a shocker. They scared the crap out of me, but they won, thank God. So we do have 4 games that will be happening. You have 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. You have the Denver Broncos that will be hosting the Buffalo Bills in Denver. Should be a very good game there. I'm interested to see who wins that. I'm kind of rooting for the Bills, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos win. Then you have an NFC West matchup between the Seattle Seahawks, who are hosting the San Francisco 49ers in Seattle. I don't really care who wins this game. I'm a Rams fan, so I hate both teams. I hope they both lose. I'm rooting for a meteor strike. But I'm thinking that Seattle...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking Seattle probably wins. They're just less... they're not really banged up. The 49ers have a lot of injuries. Seattle's well-rested. I'm going to take Seattle there. Then on Sunday, you have the Houston Texans, who are on fire. They play against the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Wouldn't be surprised if the Texans can win. I know Liam is probably going to be watching this. He's one of my good friends. He's a Patriots fan. He's probably going to hate me for it. The Patriots could easily win. I think that the Texans will probably end up winning because their defense is crazy. But then the last game is going to be the Chicago Bears hosting my favorite team, the LA Rams. Obviously, if I didn't say that the Rams would win, I'd probably get choked out when I got home. So I'm going to end up taking the Rams, even though I think it's going to be a really, really good game. Chicago's been impressive this year. The comeback kids is definitely a little title that they've deserved because they came back from a lot of games. But yeah, no, it should be a great weekend, especially when it comes to football. And then to really kick off next week, this is something that's a little bit cooler, is the college football playoff. And that's going to take place on Monday night between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Miami Hurricanes. Miami looks to win their first championship since 2001. Indiana looks to stay undefeated, finish with a perfect record, but also bring home their first championship in school history.
You'll have to watch to find out.
Yeah, it should be a really good game.
I'm like looking up there and like, wait, this is the camera.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the setup in here is very interesting sometimes. Sometimes the camera, Julian never looks at the camera. He looks at me.
Yeah.
Because that's just out of habit, because we're having the conversation. Of course, it makes sense. I try so hard to look at that camera.
Yeah.
Because I know where it's going. It's going to go on like social media. It's going to go on YouTube. So I don't want to just address Julian because, I want to address the
fans. You want to address the
I got to address the viewers, of course. That's what we do the show for, is to, to put it out to you guys so that you can watch it and enjoy the product. So, yeah, no, but there's no problem with Julian doing that either. It's good that we're having full-blown conversation, and it shows that he's into the conversation, which is fantastic. So, obviously, like I said, the cameras are in all different crazy places. I know there's one that's up there.
Like on the TV.
Yeah, on the TV. There's one on the potentiometer, and then there's one on the big box in front of me. But like I said, great week of sports ahead. Obviously should be entertaining, but I don't want to sit here and talk all sports because I know that's not Jaden's forte, which, again, understandable.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with that.
But one more sports question before we move
Ask
on.
away, my friend.
Do you think this Super Bowl that the Eagles are going to come back?
Eagles are out.
Eagles are out?
Yes, they lost last week.
No.
They are out of the playoffs. They are no longer even in it.
Damn.
They lost to the 49ers last week, 23-19, and they immediately fired their offensive coordinator after the game. Not really a surprise. He's the big reason why that team faltered this year, and they were nowhere near what they were last year.
Does it ultimately fall down to management, which is the offensive coordinator, the coach, or does it fall on the players for making those decisions?
To be honest with you, I think it's a little bit of both. I think that they had the roster talent to do well and just didn't really execute in the moment. I do blame a lot of the coordinators, though. To be honest, I've heard a lot of people say the Eagles head coach, Nick Sirianni, is one of the most overrated coaches in football because he's blessed with a great system. He's got the best players at pretty much every position. He has Saquon Barkley, who's one of the best running backs in football. He was the best last year statistically, so you can't argue with that. He's got two great receivers with Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown. One of the best offensive lines in football. Very good defense with a ton of different pieces. So basically they said that Sirianni's kind of blessed that he's being carried by such immense talent. But at the same time, it is every player in the NFL is talented. There's a reason why they're in the NFL.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be there if they weren't professionals. They would be playing in the UFL or CFL, which is still not a knock to them because they're talented.
Yeah.
But this is premier. You're not going to get any better football than what you have right in front of you.
Sometimes it's the players that are more professional than the actual management. And you would think management would be
not in the NFL.
Professional enough to be in a room with somebody and not have an argument right away.
Well, that was the big problem with the Eagles was the arguments because they have one player by the name of A.J. Brown who is very, very talented in his own regard. I mean, he's one of the better receivers in football. I'd put him in the top 10 conversation for receivers. Yeah. But he had problems with him coming out basically and complaining, saying that he wasn't happy with his production level, that they weren't getting him the ball enough. And it actually came back to bite him this weekend because when they tried to get him the ball, he dropped multiple big passes that could have swayed the game in the Eagles' favor, and he just flat out dropped the ball. And it happened multiple times. It wasn't just one time. It was multiple times in the game. Big opportunity comes his way, and he genuinely, literally and figuratively dropped his opportunity. So, I mean...
After that point, I would say, yeah, listen, you have already told us that you want us to throw you the ball, and now that we do, you want to just F it up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing is he's done that with a couple other teams. He was complaining when he used to play for Tennessee that he didn't have a quarterback to get him the ball. Then they went out and addressed the issue, and then he said, the quarterback's still not getting me the ball. I'm not happy with my production level. He was whining and complaining, saying, I'm not making enough money. I'm the best receiver. I'm not getting the ball the amount that I really want to. I want to produce.
And
I'm
then
not
look
doing
at
that.
what happened.
Then he goes to Philadelphia, and now he's not complaining about the money anymore, but now he's saying, I'm in Philadelphia, that I should, have a boost even more to my career. Then he's complaining, I'm not getting the ball anymore. Now it's you can't even complain. They're throwing you the ball, and you're dropping it.
Sometimes it's just about being humble and
tell him that.
letting it, bro. Yeah, but I'm just saying for any player, for any management, for any coach, for any. Sometimes it's not about your ego, and it's about just playing the game and just paying attention to the rules and playing a good game.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm the best player. I'm the best coach. I'm the best receiver. Well, nobody's the best at their job. I'm not the best at my job. Nobody. I'm sure you're not the best at your job, right?
I'm the best at my job. No, I'm kidding. But no, I get your point, though.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes for any sport. it's easier said than done for somebody to put their ego aside.
Well, that's
right?
the one problem with athletes, especially much more so in the NBA and the NFL.
Do you
Sometimes
think it'll
in the
ever
MLB.
change?
No, absolutely not. It's only going to get worse. And the only reason why I say that is because I'm going to say this nicely. The younger generation is cooked. They're cooked. If you look at the way that some of them act and behave,
Yeah.
it is shocking. Shocking. So the fact that this next generation is going to become, some of them be athletes or whatever it is. They could become plumbers or electricians or carpenters. They could become lawyers or doctors. It doesn't matter. Some of them are going to become professional athletes. And with the way that the world is going, with the way that they're basically evolving, the ego is going to be a big thing. People are psychopaths, and even much more now. So I guarantee you're going to have people that are growing up saying, I want to be a professional football player or hockey player, whatever, and they're not going to put their ego to the side, and they're going to demand more money, and I want the ball more, I'm not getting the attention I deserve endorsement deals, I deserve this, I deserve that. It's just the sense of entitlement for all of them. So trust me, I feel like it's only going to get worse, but at least in the sake of all sports.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever really seen it is in the NFL and in the NBA. The MLB, it's like, obviously it's not really a production level. Like, players get more mad at themselves because it's more of an individual game where you're up to bat. You can't blame anybody but yourself. It's not like you can say, my teammate caused. Yeah, it's not like, hey, my teammate caused me to strike out. It's like, no, you can't do that. Hockey, they do, but the thing is, growing up as a hockey player, that's one thing that is like very instilled in the brains of hockey players is like, you do not blame anybody on the team but yourself. Mm-hmm. I know what happens every once in a while in the NHL, but they try to get rid of that really quick. The NFL, it's like, they really don't care. They just want to put the best possible product on the field, and even if that means that there's somebody's got an ego that's too big, they don't care.
How did you feel when obviously I know that when you were in college, you did a bunch of hockey, you were a hockey player. How did it feel at the time when you stepped out onto that ice for the first time and saw all the fans there of the stage and of the
ice rink?
Of the ice ring, yeah. That's what I meant to say.
I thought that you were going that. Now, for me, like, the thing was, obviously, it's not like I played Division I college hockey where I could have gone to the pros. I knew that I was a good player. I never thought that I was, next level.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I was humbled a lot when I went to college and played at the University of Alabama because...
How did it feel, though? Like, how did it, like, as soon as you stepped out on that ice and hear all the fans, right? Hold on, I have a bunch of applause here. Hold on. Right? They're stepping out there, right? They're stepping out. You're stepping out. You hear them and everything. Like, how does that make you feel?
Well, so the way I could kind of tell the story is this is basically like my welcome to college hockey moment that I had was I played against Auburn University or the whatever they want to call it. It's Auburn. I hate them anyway. We played in the Iron Cup against Auburn, and that was one of like my first chances where I really got an opportunity to get on the ice and play. And obviously Alabama-Auburn's one of the craziest rivalries in college, period. So I remember going and, being in the locker room before the game and them saying, the place is going to be packed, hearing it from former players who have played in it before saying like, dude, this is going to be a much different experience than what you've had at other games so far. And I remember skating out onto the ice and there were I don't even remember how many people. There were a lot of people. And I remember just like looking, being like, holy smokes. Like this is
I'm here.
Yeah.
This is my moment.
This is and I actually ended up scoring in that game as well too.
Wow.
And I was like genuinely blown away with the way that kind of everything felt. Like I didn't really know how I felt in the moment. Like I was just so honored to be able to play hockey at the next level. And not because like a lot of people that I know and a lot of people that I know out there, not just people that I know personally, they get to high school, they graduate, and that's the last time that they ever really play the sport that they've loved for so long. Mm-hmm. That's like the final stage. And that's how it was for baseball for me. I was also a baseball player too. I could have wanted to play in college because that's another sport that I was really interested in, but I decided to go with hockey instead. It's definitely a tough feeling giving up something like that, but being able to go out and play at an extended level when you originally thought that your career wouldn't last that long is enough at its core to make you really appreciate the game even more itself. But being out there playing in front of those fans against Auburn that one day, I was genuinely blown away with how it felt. And especially after the game, I had kids that were wearing Alabama jerseys that take pictures with you and, were asking for autographs and stuff like that. And it's, listen, like, I'm not a pro.
Feel so, like...
Dude, I felt like an NHL superstar. Now, granted, it's not even anywhere close, but, like, the fact that I had kids that wanted to take pictures afterwards and ask me for autographs, and, like, I had fans coming up to me saying, oh, you played so great, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's a really rewarding moment.
Yeah.
Like, it felt so good in the time being. I'm grateful for having that opportunity, but I'm also kind of grateful for the way that everything played out, because if it wasn't for the way that my entire college career went, there's a good chance that I probably would not have come to the school. Just because I've said it before, I broadcasted as a color commentator for Alabama hockey my junior year of college. Mm-hmm. I ended up not being on the team my junior year, and they wanted to all keep me around. I spoke to the coaches, and
was it that you got an injury, or was it that
they brought in some new recruits, and I was not one of the better players out of the bunch, so I ended up not making it that year. Mm-hmm. And they were basically like, listen, we love your attitude. We love your enthusiasm and the way that you bond with all of the guys, because I'm a people person. I'm very friendly. You could ask anybody. I'm not afraid to string up conversation with anybody. Mm-hmm. So I get along with a lot of people. So a lot of the guys I got to be really close with, and they were like, listen, we want to keep you around. What's something that you could do that would allow you to stay around? And I basically asked them, what opportunities would there be? And a kid by the name of Sam Fleming, who was one of the color commentators underneath Kendall Grayson, who is a play-by-play commentator. Sam ended up taking over the role as being the play-by-play guy, and they were looking for a color commentator. And since I've always been one to sit and speak really well, and especially since I know hockey, they said, hey, how about you join him in the color, in the booth, and you could do color commentary. So I gave it a shot, and we had people listening in on Spreaker, and they were all in the comment section like, who is this new guy? We've never heard of him before. He's pretty good. He's got a great voice. He seems very knowledgeable. And it just kind of propelled me into like, this is something that I always thought about doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, my playing career got in the way, but definitely something that I would want to pursue and I'd find enjoyment from. And sure enough, now here I am sitting in a studio talking, having my own podcast for, 28 episodes now.
Can you believe it?
Hopefully
like
going
28
longer.
episodes.
Yeah, it's really been awesome.
There's a statistic out there where like a good percentage of people that start podcasts never make it past like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And you guys are already on your 28th episode.
And there's going to be plenty more coming as well, too. Obviously, life does get in the way sometimes. That's why Julian's not here today. I know, obviously, that's why Mike's not here, because he's sick. Julian's on vacation. But at the end of the day, this is something that I've always been passionate about, at least since it kind of kick-started in college, and I really grew to love it. I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff anyway, so it's like something that I'd really want to do, so why not? Yeah. And I love doing it, regardless of how many people I have tuning in, regardless of how many people actually, comment and give me feedback and say, we like this or we don't like this. It's something I've been passionate about and I'm going to continue to do and grow with,
Absolutely.
But we could actually kind of go into something that's a little bit different now.
Okay.
We're going to talk about something that we've never talked about on the show, but why not? And it's going to be a little bit of gaming, because I know that that's a big topic in the world right now. Is that your phone ringing? If you need to take that, go ahead and take it. I'll kind of run from here, and then once you come back, we can get a little bit more into the gaming stuff. Sorry he had to step out. He's, like I said, this is the administrator, so, you got to take care of business when you got to take care of business. But currently, right now in the gaming world, I know that there's 3 big things that people have been talking about. That is going to be, number 1, the release of Grand Theft Auto. I know everybody is waiting for GTA 6 to come out. That's a game that I've been waiting for to come out for a long time. It's been 15 years since GTA 5 came out. Obviously, I still play GTA 5 too. It's a great game. Obviously, if you got a little time to kill, you want to have a little bit of fun and just, do whatever you really feel like doing, whether that be working a business or, just going and, I'm not recommending doing this, but like robbing a store or, causing havoc in the town. You want to do anything you want to do, you go on and play GTA and have yourself a good time. I mean, even the campaign mode, I remember when the game first came out, I played it nonstop. I beat the campaign mode in I think like 3 days of just playing it. It's a very, like I said, very, very good game. I know a lot of people have been anticipating its arrival. It's gotten delayed multiple times. They were originally saying, I believe, early 2026. Then they were saying middle of 2026. And here we are now. It's early 2026. And they're saying, oh, well, it's most likely going to be November 19th of 2026. Well, we're waiting patiently. I'm definitely waiting patiently for GTA 6 to come out. And you walked in right at the perfect timing. Right at the perfect time. I was just about to wrap up with GTA 6. I know you're a big GTA guy yourself.
Oh, yes, I am.
I was saying how
mainly with the story mode, I'm sorry.
What? That's what I just said. I said it's fun to play the online mode because you could do whatever you want to do. You want to rob a store, you rob a store. You want to cause havoc, you cause havoc. But before I said you want to rob a store, I don't recommend it. Please don't do that.
We don't want you to go to jail.
No, I do not.
Don't.
Unless you really want to. If you want to go to jail, that's on you. But
right.
I'm not going to be the judge of that. No. But yeah, no, I was saying how I've anticipated GTA 6's arrival for a while. I know that they talked about it saying, at first I think it was, early 2026? They were saying like the beginning of the year.
Okay, so originally it was supposed to be for, I think, November or September of 2025. Then they pushed it to either April or May of 2026, and now it's got delayed all the way into November 2026, which, okay, you've been working on this game for, what has it been, like 10 plus years?
13 years.
13 years already.
That's when GTA 5 came out, was like
2013. Which originally was on the original 360 and PS3.
Yes, correct.
Now, I don't have a problem with that, right? Because you're really trying to build a game to outbid every other. You're trying to make Grand Theft Auto 6 the game of the year for 2026.
No, they're trying to basically make it the game of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto, I think, is the most purchased game ever. I think
they
GTA
make
5,
over $1 billion, probably even more than that in annual revenue.
Oh, yeah.
And on top of that, all the extra perks that they put, like the shark cards,
the whale cards and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
To purchase any of the GTA cash, quickly.
Yeah, well, it's not just that, but they've also said that game itself has been one of the most popular games ever. But now they're talking about making every building interactive. You could walk into anywhere. Now, obviously,
that's probably why they're taking so long, because they want to make every single building where you're able to walk into it. Now, if you're able to walk into somebody's house and
jeez, what's you doing with the microphone, man?
That's a clip. That's a clip right there.
Chat, clip it.
If you could go into a building and just boom, 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 you know what I'm saying?
That's what it sounds like. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm not trying to okay, Zach. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know. I'm just, hey, we're having fun, man.
I know. That's funny. But, if you're able to walk into every single building, I would like to walk into the airport, because you're not able to do that in 5.
Yeah, dude, listen.
The only way for me to get inside the airport, where the tarmac is and everything, is by going into director mode and turning off the restricted areas. That way I can go into any area that I want.
See, now,
fly all the planes and do whatever I want without the police.
It's probably a big concern that they're doing this and making everything. That game is going to be an absolute disaster show when it comes out if everything is interactive. Because I know myself when I play, I mean, like I like running the businesses like the nightclub or like the labs and stuff that you have.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. I'm a money guy. When it comes to playing that game, I grind just, running the nightclub, running the acid lab, running the meth lab, running this, running that. Like, I do it all.
Yeah.
But I know some people just love to go on and cause mayhem. Like, the first thing they do is get every gun, even if they have the cheats. I don't know if that's still a thing. If you could,
Yeah.
There's probably still the cheat codes. But they go in, get every single weapon in the game, and just go right outside the first police station they find and start lighting everything up.
You know what pissed me off when Red Dead Redemption 2, when they
I've heard that
stopped.
That's a great game.
But I like playing with the cheats, right? I love it.
Oh, well, yeah. I like doing that for GTA,
I don't do it my first playthrough, but after I keep playing the game again and again, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy myself a little bit.
Of course.
The problem is in RDR2, what they did was they stopped the ability to save your game after you put in a cheat code. No matter what cheat code it was, they stopped the ability for you to save your game.
Yeah, so you couldn't save all the weapons or stuff that you had.
Or you couldn't save
up.
any of the cash that, like, all the extra cash that you can, which I understand.
I thought GTA did that as well, though, too.
No.
Did they not? Even in the online mode, they didn't?
No, there's no cheat codes in the online mode.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Is in the campaign mode, there is.
Right.
And I think that you could still save all of it, because there's people
You
that
can
have,
still
like, billions
save.
in that game.
But there's no money cheat code.
That's crazy.
With Red Dead Redemption 2, there is a money cheat code.
Wow. See, now if GTA would have had that, people would have been just doing the cheat over and over and over and over.
And not being able to save their progress at all.
That stinks.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, and of course, I love a money cheat in GTA 5.
Who doesn't? So you could go out and buy every car, every plane, every
oh my God,
building.
upgrade every car. Like,
not even that, just like buy the casino penthouse and put everything in it.
But remember, that's online. That's not story mode. Story mode doesn't even have the casino.
Do they not have the casino in the
No,
story?
it was
I
just
thought that
for
they
online.
Put it in.
It was just for online.
Dude, I must have not played the campaign mode in a long time.
It was just
when it first came out, I played it. I said when I first got it, I beat it in 3 or 4 days. I beat the entire campaign. I played that was back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So when I had free time on like the weekends or during the summer, I was just abusing it. I mean, the minute I got it, I sat there for hours playing it, mission after mission. So it had been a long time since I even played it. I don't even think I've been in the campaign mode for.
Do you remember anything about the story mode? Because listen, all I
remember is you could kill off somebody at the end, whether it be Franklin, Trevor, or Michael. You could pick if you don't want to kill anybody off, or you could pick someone that you want to kill off. I don't think I killed anybody off. I know that my buddy did with Trevor.
You're a sports fan, and I wouldn't be able to answer any questions about sports. But I am a GTA 5 fan. I play the story mode, and I can pretty much answer any question in the book.
Yeah.
About Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, that's the thing is I also know a lot about gaming as well. For anybody that knows me watching the show, they know that there are multiple things that are very consistent with my life. I watch sports and I play video games. Those are two big things I've always loved doing because I played sports when I was younger throughout my whole life. I watched sports from when I was younger throughout my whole life. And when I was growing up, I used to play basically, I wouldn't say every video game, but I had countless video games that I've played with pretty much every single friend of mine growing up through my childhood. So I know a lot about video games as well too. Maybe not some of the role playing or I don't know, like certain like action games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really get into Assassin's Creed until really late. I actually just downloaded I believe it was Assassin's Creed 2 on my Xbox a couple months ago. and I remembered playing it, and the only reason why I stopped playing it was because something similar to what Red Dead did is I grinded out like the whole campaign, got through about maybe like 70% of it, and turned my Xbox off to turn it on the next day. They have saving problems with Assassin's Creed 2. I had to redo everything.
That would have pissed me off. I would have, that day, I would have taken the game and returned it back to either GameStop or...
Yeah, so you can get $3 store credit. GameStop. Idiots. No, but it's not even that. It's the point if I bought it on the Xbox store. It's not like I went and bought the disc.
Oh, so you can't even get a refund for it?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. Well, it wasn't expensive. It was like $10. So I didn't really care, but it's like I loved the campaign mode. I completed Assassin's Creed 1. I went back and played the whole thing. My goal was to start the whole series and play every game through. And so I downloaded 1, I played 1, finished the whole thing, and then I went into 2, and I grinded through, like I said, about 70% of it, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to get on tomorrow after I get done with work, and then I can go and finish the rest of it. And the minute that I turned my Xbox on the following night, it had me starting at the beginning, and I'm going, what the hell happened? So I went through the reviews, and in the reviews it says there is a glitch which does not allow you on the Xbox servers to save any of your progress anymore. So the only way that you could beat the game is if you play it in one day and finish the whole thing.
No. I don't have that much time.
No, I don't have that much time either. So I was furious about that.
Last question before we move on. Do you think Michael was in witness protection?
I'd say probably, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
See, this is why we do this, okay?
I would not be surprised if he was.
No, he wasn't.
I know he wasn't, but
no.
Listen, it may be a little hidden secret that he may be. They may not say the full truth, you know?
No. I know the full truth. He wasn't in witness protection.
Oh, okay.
They made the deal before.
All right. Okay. Sure. Just because it's true at the surface does not mean that it's fully true.
A lot of people. No. But seriously,
I don't care what people say. It doesn't matter what you think.
Listen to me. A lot of people do believe that Michael was in witness protection, but he wasn't. Witness protection for what? Nobody was convicted of anything. Nobody. Like, oh man.
Well, maybe he was convicted of something that nobody knows of. He could have changed his identity.
He did.
So who's to say that before in his prior identity that he didn't get convicted and was in witness protection, and this is maybe another time that he's changed his name? You got to think
now you're messing with the program.
I'm telling you, you have to think about everything. Everything. Oh, man. Take it in depth. But that's not even the game that I'm really liking right now. And I know all my boys are going to be happy that I'm saying this right now. The hottest game on the market, which I see tons of clips on social media about right now, is the up-and-coming, the super hot Arc Raiders. What a game. I love it. I know you've told me that you said you have not played it.
No, I haven't.
Listen, I'm not one to really like those kind of games. Even at first, I had my friend Billy was the one that put me onto it. Mm-hmm. But at first, when he asked us, he was like, dude, you got to download Arc Raiders and play it, because I guess somebody told him to download it, or maybe he watched the preview and he downloaded it. And he says, you got to download the game. And I remember at first I was very skeptical, and I said to him, I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's my kind of game. I watched the preview. Okay. I wasn't like, that's not really my forte. I'm more of a sports game guy. What a shocker. But yeah, no. So he was like, dude, you got to download the game. It's awesome. You got to play it. I was like, okay, well, I'll think about it.
So were you like a NBA 2K? No.
NHL.
The Madden 2K.
NHL, 100%. all of my friends in college that I played with as well, too, when I was at Alabama, they all got belt to ass from me. Well, that's not the right emote for it, or whatever you want to call it. But they got belt to ass from me. I am very, very good at NHL. There were a couple kids that did beat me that were extremely good that I remember in college, but You could ask anybody. I'm stamped.
You're the GOAT.
Well, no, I'm not the GOAT. I wish, but I'm stamped when it comes to NHL. Maybe not so much now because I haven't played it in such a long time. But yeah, no, the game that I've been playing a lot of, like I said, is Arc Raiders. So I was very unconvinced to try and get it at first, and I was very skeptical. And finally, I got convinced by my friend Billy. He was like, dude, you got to download the game. And he pushed hard enough and was like, dude, you got to try it. You got to try it. So I finally said, all right, you know what? I'll give it a shot. It gives us something that we could play together. You know, why not? And I downloaded it in the first hour, 2 hours. I had no idea what was going on. I was clueless. I had genuinely was baffled going, what's the point of the game here? I don't get it. I've been playing it for, I'd say, about 2.5, 3 weeks now.
Is it addicting?
It is extremely addicting. Extremely addicting. Because the whole point of the game, I'll try and explain it for those who don't know what I'm talking about. For the ones who do know, hopefully you can verify. It's an up-and-coming online sci-fi action game where all the players in the lobby can team up as everyday people trying to survive after Earth is invaded by massive hostile machines called Ark. So there's basically a bunch of robots. They're, I'm pretty sure, controlled by AI. So they get smarter and develop more as the game goes on. So the longer that I'm going to play it, they're going to get better. Before, they originally couldn't see you a lot of the times. You'd run around and they have trackers so they could detect where you are.
Yeah.
Now you could hide in buildings, and if they get a glimpse of you, they will fly into the building and come after you. It never used to be like that, even when I first started. Now, granted, I've only played for a couple weeks. But instead, you could literally do one of two things, though. You can go in, and obviously, like I said, there's other players in the lobby. You can team up with those players. You can call out to them and be like, hey, Raider, you want to team up? You don't shoot. That's some of the emotes in the game. And you can say to them, hey, don't shoot. Let's team up and go into proximity chat, and you could talk with them and try and just destroy robots to basically scavenge the best loot and bring it back to the home base or a trading spot, which is called Speranza. Very, very cool. But yeah, no, so it comes, like I said, a lot of the danger comes from the robots coming after you.
Yep.
You can have people go after you. I know that that's a big thing depending on your play style. So if you play with friends and you go in and go after other teams, they will start to put you into lobbies more with people that are more aggressive. Yeah. But if you're one to just be very passive in the game and you're just basically calling out to people saying, hey, don't shoot, I'm friendly, they will put you in a lobby with people who are also friendly. So it's kind of getting the best of what you prefer out of the game, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's basically just like a post-apocalyptic, oh my God, I can't even say it right now. Post-apocalyptic survival mode game where it's just very small amounts of people all just trying to scavenge the best loot. It's a great game.
And that's also a clip, by the way. That
Please
right
don't,
there.
Yeah, I don't know what that
was. That's also
was.
a clip. That will go viral. I'm telling you, that will go viral.
I'll tell you what, they must have put Tito's in my caramel frappe this morning at McDonald's. That was cooked. Oh my God. Because usually I don't fumble like that. I'm sitting there going post-apocalyptic. Jeez Louise. Okay. Wow, the pronunciation was off today. I guess.
Speaking about robots, okay.
Yeah. Beep boop.
Beep boop.
Yeah,
boop,
it was
beep.
terrible.
Terrible. Speaking about robots, right?
Yes.
I have a PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 5, right? Zach here has a Xbox.
Damn right, baby. Xbox gang.
Which it's kind of sad.
Hit him with the Nick Young meme.
I knew he would do that. So PlayStation has an exclusive game just for PlayStation 5. It's called Astrobot. So
I remember you said that out there, and I'm going, what?
So this game, it's tailored more toward children, right? It's more of a 3D platformer.
Okay.
Right? But it's not really tailored toward children because there's a lot of references to old characters from different franchises.
Okay.
For example, they have a robot in there that you collect that mimics Crash Bandicoot.
Oh wow, that's a throwback game too. I remember I used to play that back.
And they have another robot in one of the beginning levels that resembles what's the guy, Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
It did. They have a bunch of different robots catered toward different characters of previous titles and franchises, all in a big game. It's pretty big. It's
as a shocker,
and it's also for a gamer that's really into 3D platformers, right? Like SpongeBob and Spyro and like all the classics from back in the days. This game at certain points, I wanted to freaking throw the controller against the wall. Like,
I've had those moments. If
it's really tailored toward children, there's no way that these levels should be as hard as they are, because they have these challenge levels, right? Each button on the remote is its own like level, and has like 3 or 4 different sub levels of challenges that you have to collect one robot and go through a path to get to that robot. But if you mess up, you go right back to the beginning. Even if you're close to the end, you have to go back to the beginning and start all over again.
Yeah, it sounds like that's the type of game
I wanted to take the controller and just like
I would not be able to play that game. I'd get too frustrated.
But that's with the challenge levels. That's just with the challenge levels. With the main levels, it's straightforward, and it's really, really dope. The type of mechanics that they built into this game. Like, they have Astro, which is the protagonist of the game, turn into like a sponge and like collect water and kind of spray the water on like fire or something, like in one level. Then they have a casino level where everything's going fast, and then they give you like a VR headset to kind of slow down time and climb different platforms to get to where you need to go. It's fantastic.
I'm so confused. I'm trying to understand. I'm gonna have to watch videos of the game.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you a preview before we leave today. But
okay, yeah, because I've seen, like, obviously when I mentioned the whole Arc Raiders thing.
Yeah,
I watched the preview when my buddy told me to, but now like that is all that I see on social media. Because like obviously since I'm big into gaming, a lot of the stuff that I see on like my Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, or Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna call it. All I see is all sports-related stuff and gaming-related stuff. So, like, I'll see, highlights of football or baseball or hockey or soccer, golf, basketball. It doesn't matter. Or I see, like, Fortnite clips or people playing, like, 2K or stuff like that. And the one that I've seen a ton is a streamer by the name of The Burnt Peanut. I don't know if you've seen him before. Do you know who that is?
No, but that's a fuck.
Hey! Whoa! We're about to get canceled. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
The burnt peanut.
I've never heard of that, and that is the most hilarious name I could have ever heard in my life.
The reason why he is called the burnt peanut is because he's not real. Like, you can't see his actual. Real. No, you can't see his actual face.
Oh.
He is a.
Does he cover his face, or is he a VTuber?
You will see right now. This is the burnt peanut.
Okay, so he's a VTuber.
Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, that. You can't.
Yeah, get it a little closer to the camera. Yep.
He's literally.
They can see it a little bit, but
yeah, it's really. He's a big Arc Raiders guy. That's where he kind of blew up. He's been playing with a lot of the big streamers now that have all converted from like Fortnite into Arc Raiders. That's why Fortnite is like starting to die out a little bit. I mean,
right.
I stopped playing it a while ago, just because once kids got really good at just building like crazy, it just got to be the point where I just wanted to play like a very casual, non-sweaty game.
Their hands are like...
You need a dry towel They need.
I don't know
multiple
how
towels.
they do it. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, but
like their hands, they're able to move their
especially
fingers.
the ones on PC, they're like every 3, like it's nuts. You could hear all you hear in their stream. You can't even hear them talk. Is just the clicking of keys on their keyboard.
Right.
So, like, I don't want to play a game that's like that. I just want to play a very chill game. At least with Arc Raiders, that, like I said, it's very chill.
Would you play GTA 6 on PC?
Probably.
So that would mean you would be
To be honest with you, like I used
mouse.
to be a big PC guy back in the day. Now it's like I'm just so comfortable with sitting just in my chair like this with the controller on my lap, just kind of, very easy instead of having to like sit there and, use one hand with the mouse and the other one's on the keyboard. It's just so easy to hold the controller in your hands and with the joysticks and just move them with your thumbs. So, I mean, I would give it a shot, but I definitely do prefer the gaming consoles opposed to like a PC, just because I feel like the PC is too much.
That's understandable.
And I like there are a lot of people I know that play PC and they love it, but I don't know. I just don't know if I'd want to go through something like that. I'd rather just, like I said, hold the controller in my hands and kind of just play the game the way that I want to play it. Because I'm not like a diehard gamer to where I get super competitive. I mean, I used to, but now it's like when I get off of work, I just want to go home and have like that little chill time where I could talk to my friends and play and stuff like that,
right.
Just to like ease back. But I feel like some of the games, and especially with PC, like some of these kids try so hard. It's like, dude, touch grass. Like, this is the same dude. It's either like some young kid that literally has nothing else better to do. He doesn't play sports. He sit in the house. Or it's some unemployed bum who sits in his house and probably has a bottle taped to his inner thigh so he could pee and not have to get up. He hasn't showered in probably 2 weeks, and he sits there in front of a television screen.
Okay, so that's a little crazy. What's the most you would go without showering? Or would you shower every single day?
I shower every day.
Every single day.
Every day.
Good.
I mean, is that a weird thing?
No.
I was about to say it shouldn't. Listen, if you don't shower at least once every 2 days, I'd say you could go maybe 1 day without showering, depending on what you're doing.
Right.
Me, I shower.
If you're not sweating a lot that day, you know what I mean?
That's why I said it depends on what you're doing.
Right.
Yes.
If
100%.
you're sweating and you're playing basketball and you're like dripping, like
take a shower.
Take a goddamn shower.
Well, especially as a hockey player, I used to sweat like crazy. You sweat a ton in your hockey equipment. My hockey equipment stinks. Okay, that stuff is horrible. It reeks. Even if you air it out, it's bad smell. But like, especially since I was an athlete my whole life, playing whatever. I played golf, I played soccer, I played baseball, I played hockey. I didn't play football, which is kind of surprising. But I played a lot of sports. I always made sure that I smelled good. That's like one of the number one things that I prioritize is before I go out anywhere, cologne, deodorant, and showered. Like, I have to smell good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Even if I know that I'm going somewhere to probably sweat or to like if I go to work, I know I'm going to be moving around and doing stuff. I'm going to maybe get a little bit dirty. I got to clean stuff, or I got to like go and run errands and do this. Now you sweat. It's normal. We're human. I make sure even before then, the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I turn on the shower. I go in and clean everything, deodorant, cologne, get dressed, brush my teeth, boom, out of the house. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But there are some dudes that genuinely be sitting in their basement all day, don't move, they're unemployed, they have no job, they're still like, they're like 30-something years old, just not doing anything with their life. And they just sit there with a bottle attached to their leg, and they basically have somebody go and bring them food. Or like they take a break for 5 minutes to go grab microwaved food and put it in front of them, and then they just sit there and game and sweat and sweat and sweat and sweat. It's like, dude, please, do something else. Go get a breath of fresh air. Touch grass. Kiss the ground and make sure you're okay.
That's a funny expression.
He's got a permanent indent in his couch or his chair that he literally just falls in. It's like a Bob's Tempur-Pedic. Like, dude, cut it out, please. Just go do something else. Like, I still do other things. Like, I
How
go to work,
dare
I do the
you.
podcast.
How dare you make fun of Bob's Discount Furniture?
I'm not making fun of Bob's Discount Furniture. Bob's Tempur-Pedics are soft and they mold, and like if you lay in it for a while, it like absorbs. You literally lay there and you fit perfect. You're like, okay, this is beautiful. That's what I meant. Is this guy's in this chair so long, it could be made out of hard wood and there's a dent in it. Like,
wow,
they don't do nothing. So at least me, I go out, I have the podcast,
Yeah.
I do research, I go to work, and then I come home and play video games. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little froggy, maybe I'll go out, which it's rare, but sometimes I feel like going out and hanging out. I play golf during the summer and during the spring, so it's not like I don't do anything. But there are some dudes that literally it's wake up. Obviously, streaming is a little bit different. If you do that for a living, I mean, great for you. Lucky you. You don't have to. You have like one of the easiest jobs ever.
Yeah.
You could sit there and just talk to people and play video games all day and get donations and paid for it. So, but like some people literally just they don't have a job. They don't have any hobbies except for wake up, turn the gaming system on, play for like 10 hours straight, take a 5-minute break, come back, play for another like 5 hours, and then go, okay, I'm going to bed. It's like, dude, do something with your life, please.
No,
Please.
that's crazy.
So I don't know how people do that, but it's just nuts. That being said, we can go into one last little topic before we wrap up the show here today, and it's just talk about a little bit of like music-related stuff. I know I'm a big music guy as well too. I used to make music back in the day. Some of it's still on iTunes. Please do not look it up. Just kidding. If you want to, go for it. I won't tell you the name, but you can do your research. It's still out there somewhere.
Just type in Zachary Rude. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, whoa, you're airing out my full name on the podcast? Come on, bruh. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's okay. There are not that many people checking it out. It's all good.
You can bleep that out.
No, it's fine. Trust me.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. They're not coming to find me, okay? But yeah, no. So I used to make music back in the day, but I'm also still a very big music guy. I appreciate a lot of genres. I mean, the only one I don't really like love, but I will listen to it, and I used to, was country music. That's just my thing. It's no disrespect to anybody who likes country music. If you like it, that's fine. There are some songs that I do like. I just can't listen to it consistently. That's not something that I would listen to in the car.
Right. It's not like I'm going to listen to Jesus Take the Wheel like every single day. You know, but
well,
I still
that's an interesting
but I
choice.
still like from time to time listen to that country song. And
Of course.
There's a couple different country songs that I like. There's one with Brett something where he's singing a song about his little girl. That one's a really good country song.
I wish I knew which one you were talking about.
And then you got Florida Georgia Line with
Yeah, but that's not really country. That's like country pop, like pop country type thing. It is. I see where you're going. For me, I'm talking like country is in like Blake
like
Shelton.
bluegrass and like a type of bluegrass type of
Very. As in like Luke Bryan.
This is gold country.
That's Blake Shelton. Blake Shelton, like Darius Rucker, Wagon Wheel. I love that song. That's another one that stands out. Zach Brown Band, Chicken. What is it? Chicken Fried. I think is the name of the song. Like there are some songs that I really do like. Like I
Do you consider Cotton Eye Joe
No.
country?
no. No.
Man, I've been Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago.
That is not country music, okay? Country music is like singing about, like what you said with God's Country with Blake Shelton. Was that my watch?
I don't know.
Was that your...
No, that wasn't mine.
Siri be off.
Yo,
but yeah, no.
Siri be scaring us sometimes.
She
like,
scared the crap out of me there. But yeah, it's
I'm like, who's in the school right now?
yeah, so, but like that's the thing is like there are some country songs that I really do like. There are others that it just, like I can't sit there and listen to it consistently over and over. For me, I'm big into lyricism and I'm also big into production. So I like listening to the instrumentals or like instruments behind what's being sung or rapped.
But you don't know if it's a real instrument or if it's...
You can kind of tell.
You can
sometimes.
kind of tell?
Absolutely.
Okay, so can you tell with your intro, like if we knew, right, that your intro was not AI, right? Mm-hmm. Would you think those instruments are real?
No.
No.
You could tell that it's like production based, as in somebody was using I don't even know what the name of the software is. When what the hell's the name of the software that they used to? Pro Tools was one of them.
Mm-hmm. Logic Pro, GarageBand.
There you go. Logic Pro. Like, you could tell when it's based from there. Mm-hmm. Like, you could hear the rawness in instruments when somebody is hitting, like hitting the drums.
Yeah.
Or if somebody is strumming guitar strings. You can kind of tell. With rap music, it's very different. I mean, sometimes they may be able to do live performances and you can somewhat hear it, but some of them, most of the time, 99.9% of rap music, they're not really using real instruments. Most of the time, they're sitting behind a laptop or a computer and they just pick, whether they want to use a synth or they want guitar strings or a flute or whatever, and then they can incorporate it and just put it at whatever key and just make the pattern so it works.
Yes.
But I'm a big rap, hip hop, R&B, somewhat pop kind of guy. I grew up on classic rock music. Mm-hmm. So I still appreciate all the, the good Rolling Stones and AC/DC, Aerosmith, George Thorogood, the Beatles. I go back. I have a lot of knowledge on that type of music as well. But more so nowadays, I've definitely gotten more into rap and hip hop type stuff because, like I said, I'm a big lyricist kind of guy. I like listening to the lyrics, even though they may not pertain to me as much because a lot of them talk about their own struggles or their own lifestyle, which is different from what I live. It's curious to hear how they have certain patterns, whether it be like a 1-1-1-1 or a 2x2 or just 1-2-1-4. They do a whole bunch of different layouts of their rhyme and word schemes and word play. It's really cool to see, but I'm curious to know if you had to pick who your favorite 3 artists are in music, who are you taking? I mean, I probably have my 3, I think. And a lot of them are very unconventional.
I think I have my 3. And this may be controversial.
That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, number 1, J-Lo. Okay, that's number 1.
J-Lo?
Yeah. Jennifer Lopez.
I know who Jennifer Lopez is. I'm just curious as how you went to That's your number 1?
I really like listening to her.
Okay. Now, listen, it's not disrespectful. I'm just saying
Okay, you know what? No. I'm going to change it. Selena Gomez.
Okay. Again,
Selena Gomez.
All right.
Okay. Number 2 is an artist from the I think it's the 80s or the 90s. Goes by the name of Robin S.
Okay. Little different. And then who's your number 3? Is it J-Lo still?
Mm-mm. It's a mix between Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's a good one. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I saw them live in concert too.
And Luther Vandross.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why I'm
Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So my father used to play a lot of
all right,
house, freestyle, R&B in the house.
Vandross.
So
killing it out here.
All
right.
So I've listened to a lot of Luther Vandross. I have a bunch of Luther Vandross songs in my playlists, including
I love it.
Never Too Much.
Yeah.
Never Too Much, Never Too Much. Remember that?
Yes, of course. See, my dad was also big into him. Now, if it's me, I don't know if.
But that's a hard choice between. I wouldn't be able to pick them both.
I know, but it's
or pick one over the other.
What I'm trying to think of though is for me, what I would say is if it's all top 3 of now or top 3 all time, because I feel top 3 now and all time is going to be way different. Wow. Okay, so obviously my number 1, which again, this one is very controversial.
Okay.
This is one that you've probably seen me wear a shirt that I went to his concert last year.
Okay.
And that's Russ. A lot of people don't know who that is.
All right, I'm out of here.
Now, listen.
I'm kidding.
Now, the only reason why I say it's controversial is because there's a lot of people that if you bring him up, they're like, oh, he's so overrated. He's not talented. He's, just too cocky.
I mean, but that's what they say about J-Lo, though.
Well, no, but they say that about, J-Lo is mainstream.
Yeah.
Like everyone know, like there's still a lot of people that like if you tell them, "Oh, my favorite artist is Russ," they're like, "Who the hell is that?"
If I could
Everyone
pick,
knows J-Lo.
If I could pick one of my favorite artists of all time, goes above anybody else. Believe it or not, it's actually Pitbull.
Ah, dale. Mr. 305.
Mr. 305.
Mr. Worldwide. Checking
Mr.
in with the remix.
Worldwide.
But yeah,
305.
see, like I like Pitbull too, but obviously he's not my favorite artist. I still love a lot of his music though. But yeah,
Neo's another good one.
Neo's a sleeper. Yeah, that's surprising that a lot of people don't. Well, he kind of fell off now, but that's because he doesn't. I don't know if he even makes music as much anymore. Man, wow.
A lot of classics.
Because I'd probably put Russ in there as one of my favorite artists ever. Another one that I have to put up there is J.
Taylor Swift. No, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. No, is J. Cole.
He's good. He's good. He's a good one.
He's one of, to be honest with you, he's one of the best lyricists of at least this current generation of rap artists.
Zach, whatever happened to Miguel? Remember Miguel?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know.
You know, because he did a song with Wally years ago.
What?
Wally.
Wale?
Sorry.
Wally? What are you talking about?
Sorry.
The robot?
No.
Wally?
No.
No.
The Loudest Flower Bomb.
Loudest
Flower Bomb. Fireflies.
She takes me high.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's a great song. But yeah, I'd put J. Cole too. Now, if I wanted
Mario. You don't know Mario?
Oh, yeah, no, I know who Mario is. I'm just kind of surprised you said his name the way, I was like, what?
Because I'm just, a whole bunch of names are flowing through my head.
I don't know who my third would be, because like I could put AC/DC as one of my favorite groups of all time. That's
would
probably,
you put Keisha Cole somewhere on that list? No, come on.
And it's no disrespect, also very good, but just it's not my thing. Like if I'm driving in the car, most of the time I'm listening. Right now, I've listened to a guy by the name, he used to be Mike Stud. His name is Mike now. He's a famous artist that played baseball in college that me and my friends grew up on when we were younger, and he's like a lot of like mixed country, pop, rap. He does like a lot of different genres. He's done some house stuff. He's very talented. I've always liked him. I don't know if I'd put him in my top 3 forever. Definitely one that I listen to a ton. The Kid Leroy, like I talked about, just came out with his new album, and that's been really, really good so far. Obviously, you can't go wrong with a guy like Eminem. Eminem's always another one that like you listen to all of his older stuff, and it's classic. I'd probably
JB.
I'd say Lil Wayne maybe is my number 3.
You said to JB. Justin Bieber.
Yes, Justin Bieber's extremely talented. I liked his last, well, not his last album, the one prior, I think it was. I don't remember what the name of it was.
Baby. No.
No, let's not do that, please. Who sings that song?
Justin Bieber.
Keep it that way.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm surprised that you didn't see that setup coming. Who sings? You just said JB, and I went, who? Justin Bieber? You said, yeah. And then I go, who sings that song? Oh, Justin Bieber. Yeah, keep it that way. So I'd probably, I don't know. Like, for my top 3, I'd say Russ is in there. J. Cole's in there.
Yep.
I used to listen to a lot of Logic back in the day, the older stuff.
How about Khalid?
Khalid is very talented. Definitely another one I'd put up there. Wow, that's a tough list, man. I'd probably say, I'm telling you, I'd have to say it's between Lil Wayne or Eminem. Those are 2 of my favorites. But like,
not even Drake?
Drake I like too. The whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing kind of like ruined it a little bit for me. Like Kendrick, I was not really big into Kendrick as much too. I mean, I like his music, don't get it wrong. It's just not something that I was really like huge into. Yeah. And then when they had that beef, that was some of the best music that he'd came out with, and Drake also came out with some really good stuff then too. Not the best that what Drake came out with. He's more of the singy, like kind of R&B rap style. Yeah. So not the best stuff from him, but like still was really good. I feel like both of them kind of fell off a little bit after that. I'm still waiting for Drake to release his new album to kind of recheck that out. Kendrick's album, GNX, was good, but like after a while of playing it, I just like stopped playing it. Like it would like the replay value just dropped. Like there were times where I was playing Not Like Us. And Reincarnated and all those songs on that album. and I would play it constantly. And then once some new stuff came out from other artists, I just like stopped listening to it completely. It's not a shot at him because they were classic songs, but it's just like he's not up there for me. Same thing with Drake. Drake is extremely talented, and I love his music. I do, but for me, it's just not something that I could sit there and replay for years on end. Like I've been playing Russ's album. There's Really a Wolf, which came out God knows how long ago. I've been playing that album consistently for years. On top of his new albums that come out, like I could be shuffling through my music in my car and hear one of those songs, and I'll remember every lyric and sit there and like drive in the car rapping every single word. But like Drake, there are some songs that like I can listen to from those albums and be like bumping, same thing, know it. And then there are other songs that I'm just kind of like, okay, skip to the next one. Skip to the next song.
Yeah.
Russ, I know like almost every single one of his songs. It's actually kind of terrifying.
One more before we go. One more person to add to your list, and one more person to add to mine. Ready? Drum roll, please. Rick Ross.
Okay, yeah, all right. See, now I'm going to throw you a curveball.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to throw you a curveball because you said Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
I'll throw you two names that are going to throw you off a little bit. Differ from my rap music.
Okay.
John Mayer.
Okay.
And Barry White.
Wow.
My dad was a big Barry White fan. It still is.
Very, very, very talented people.
Satin Soul by Barry White and his orchestra is no lyrics, but just pure instrumental, just beauty. It's such
Stevie
a good
Wonder.
song. Stevie Wonder's fantastic. Very, very good. Lionel Richie is very talented as well too. Like I said, I appreciate all different types of music. I really do. So like if there's somebody that you guys ever recommend that's different from what we've said, and you want to throw something out there and be like, yo, check this dude out, or check this group out, check this chick out, check out anybody. I'm not afraid to check out any type of music. I like listening to pretty much all of it. The only thing I'm not huge into, other than country maybe, is like the EDM that's like way too over the top.
Yeah.
But like all rock, metal, alternative, rap, hip hop, I'm game to pretty much everything. So
that's a good thing, man.
I'm not opposed. So
that's a great thing.
Yeah, you gotta diversify and get yourself a nice little mix of music in there
right.
too.
You can't just listen to PLR. You know what I'm saying? Like all day, every day, because it's just classic rock.
Yeah.
Like you're only tailoring toward
I
one.
wouldn't mind doing that, but I couldn't do it for like a week straight. Like I could listen to one day of full classic rock, and then the next day go to rap music, and then the next day go to like pop and like listen to like, I don't know, the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC and stuff like that. And then other days it's like you said, like Rick Ross,
Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande.
Exactly. That's to my extent, my kind of point. So that's the way I'd go about it. Like I said, I'm not opposed to listening to any music. I could still listen to country some days too. So
that's great, but you're opposed to listening to Taylor Swift. Anyways,
not gonna say that's incorrect. That's okay. It's just not my forte. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift's talented, just not for me. That's okay.
Right.
But that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into a very different but special episode 28 of the Straight Outta Stratford podcast. I am your host, Zach, and along with me was my good friend, Jaden. Thank you for coming on today and filling in for a empty show because I was going to have to do this solo dolo. I appreciate you coming on. It was an awesome show. A little bit different, but I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.